Hey, happy Sunday. My name is Davia, and you are in the Royal Exchange Room. Okay, I'm working on the intro. Don't come for me. I'm just gonna jump right in. I am a female day trader. I'm a futures trader. I am super excited. All that matters to me is making money and changing lives when it comes to this skill set. So I'm super excited to jump in and kind of teach y'all my strategy, right? This video, I'm gonna try to keep it short and simple. I recorded it 5 times now. I'm gonna break down my strategy. I'm gonna show you an example, and then I'm gonna wrap up this call. It's 1, 2, 3s, okay? And let's just jump right in. I might do another video, maybe this week, maybe next, kind of giving a backstory of myself and things of that nature. But let's jump into the money, okay? So I trade a simple 4-step strategy. 4, 4, 4. Okay, and I'm just going to break it down to you, and then I'm going to show you it actually on the chart so it can make a little bit more sense. So my step one, always when I open up the charts, when I'm ready to make some money, right, I'm looking for the trend. I want to know how this market has been moving for today. I do a top-down analysis starting at my daily, working my way all the way down to my 5-minute time frame. I trade and execute on the 5-minute time frame. Step one is always finding my trend, whether it's a buy trend, whether it's a sell trend. I do not trade, ranging markets. Step one, check. Step two, we know that with trending markets, we constantly have breaks of structures. That is my step two. We want to see the market give higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, or lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, and those are considered breaks of structures. Step three is my favorite step. That's when the action kind of gets going. After I have noticed that price has given me another break of structure, I'm just going to move my eyes back left to the previous candles that have printed, and I'm looking for my most recent supply or demand zone. Yes, I am a supply and demand trader. Tap in with me, okay? I'm looking for my most recent supply or demand zone. Once I have my zone, I mark it out, and I'm simply waiting on a tap. I'm sitting on my hands, and I'm waiting on a tap. And then my step four is where the magic happens, I guess. The fun happens at 3, the magic is at 4, is when I execute the trade. Win, lose, or draw, I'm getting in on one of 3 processes, right? And that's another thing that we'll talk about. So let's go ahead and try to keep this with us. Break down this current trade that I have, y'all, right? So for the day, this is Wednesday, right? So this is the whole daily candle. If we're looking at the bottom, we see it still says Wednesday, November the 5th, right? So we see that for Wednesday, NAS wanted to do what? It wanted to buy, right? So we are in a trending market. We have found the trend. Step one, ting. I wonder if I can add some sounds, right? We found our trend. Okay, cool. What's next? We're waiting on a break of structure. Break of structure is this high got broken. This high got broken. Is this high going to get broken? That's what I'm waiting on, right? So I want to see, I need to delete these other ones. I want to see price break past my most recent high, and then it's considered a break of structure. Let's go. Oh, next candle. Wow. Okay. Step 2 is break of structure. We got that, right? Step 3, my favorite part, like I like to tell y'all. All I need to do is send my eyes back to the previous candles and find my zones. I want to trade supply and demand. I only trade supply and demand. I'm looking for a demand zone in buys, right? So I've marked out my last red candle. It's not red, but y'all get what I'm saying. My last sell candle that gave me the push that broke the structure. That's a part of my trend. Did we see how we just worked bottom up? Cool. Now, I got my zone marked out, and now I'm back sitting on my hands because what can I do until I get a tap? Absolutely nothing. Hopefully price doesn't leave us and we get that tap back in to the zone because that's what we want to execute. Looks like we're not getting it because we just got another what? Break of structure. This high got took out. We got a new high and it got took out, correct? So what do? Same concept. I see my trend. I see a new break of structure. I mark out a new zone. My zone is sitting here perfect. Yet another demand untapped. And I'm waiting on price to come back to it. We got another break. They constantly show up. Here's another one down here. We never got a tap. So right here, never got a tap. So we're now with this zone, waiting on a tap. Let's see what we get. Hopefully price doesn't leave us again. I thought I had this marked out right, guys. So just bear with me. I think we're okay. Cool. So price is now heading back down. I can put my Chick-fil-A, my coffee. I can come back and focus, right? I can. Let's see, because it's now time for me to do step 4, which is execute. Okay, let's move this a little bit so we can get a clearer concept of what's going on here. Price came back to my zone, tapped into my zone. This is my tap, which happened inside of my zone. I am now on step 4. This is where the funds happen. I don't know what I called it the first time. The magic, okay? I can execute the trade one of 3 ways. Aggressive. That's me. Conservative is always waiting on this next 5-minute candle to print. Regardless of how it prints, after that 5-minute candle, I'm getting in. Or the third way is waiting on the break of the candle, meaning I wait until a whole nother high happens. And then I get in, because I want to be extra safe that I know it's going to go past this high, right? So that's one of my 3 entries. I'm kind of true to this, not new to this at this point. So I tend to take aggressive entries, and y'all see me, later on in the chat when I'm dropping different ideas on why I consider it a perfect A+, aggressive entry. I definitely would have got in as soon as I saw that wick headed out. I'm hitting buy. I sat at this train station since last night or whatever time we first marked out our zone, right? I'm getting in. I need no more confluence. I don't need 1,000 different signs. I know that this strategy is going to play out as it always does. I'm hitting buy. You can get in on the next candle, which is your entry would then be right here. Let's mark them out, because all entries are making bags, okay? You can get in right there. That would be my step 2, which is conservative. And then my step 3 would be waiting on it to break past the entire high of the move and then take the rest. I'm already in, though, at the circle. I don't know about y'all. We in. So this would be my 3rd execution, which would be once I got that next break of structure, I'm getting it right there. And you would take the trade for whatever your 1-to-1 would be, excuse me. I don't take 1-to-1s, I take it to the high. So whatever that high was to give me, I took that. That's a 1-to-1.5, and then I leave my runners. My runners, I actually might have to break that down in another video, because it'll go to previous work. And we all hit TP. I got 58 points. Conservative entry. I can't really see. It's like fucking with me. 40 points if we're giving that 1-to-1, And then the break of candle entry, same way. You're still waiting on your TP, but let's see if it hits. Boop. Right? So, we didn't hit. That last one didn't go full TP, but I guess it did, because 1-to-1 would be a little lesser. That was a 1-to-5 for me. And boom, bam, boom. That is how I trade. I don't really have much more. I don't want to overcomplicate it, because I don't overcomplicate it for myself. So there's not much more for me to add to this video, because honestly, that is exactly what I look for every single day, in every single way, whether it's buys or sells. Trend, done. Wait on the next break of structure, done. Mark up my zone, done. Wait on a tap, done. Take the trade, however your heart see fits, right? However much you can handle, however type of way you move, right? It's a very simple strategy, guys. I am super excited. I finally got my way through this video without stopping. I know it's gonna be cringy. I know I'm gonna have to crop a couple things, but I'm super excited, right? I am finally sitting in front of the screen trying to help other people understand how simple it is. I got funded. Here we go. This is one of 3. I got funded in October. My birthday's in October. I take October very serious. I got funded in October twice, and I just got my 3rd combine November 3rd. And I have not lost an express yet. Like we're on the rise here, and I'm super excited to see, trading this strategy. I plan to not add anything to it. If anything, I'm looking at EMAs, but I do not plan to add anything to this strategy because it's tried and true. I've seen it work time and time again. And it's like, it's not going to always work. No strategy is 100%, but I have not lost more than I have gained when it comes to strategy. So I plan to spend the next 365 days starting in January. Well, I'm already starting now, but I'm actually going to track it and, prove it to the masses that one strategy works. I'm not strategy hopping. I'm not adding things to it. I'm not looking for anything extra. I'm trading this exact same way 5 days a week. And that's just all it is. So I just want to thank y'all. If y'all sat through this video, if y'all have any questions, because I know that you will. I probably didn't do that great breaking it down. But yeah, I'm super excited. I will see y'all in the chat this week. I will be dropping all my trade ideas that I take, win, lose, or draw. Again, I'm very transparent when it comes to that. I have lost thousands, okay? But my wins have definitely surpassed anything that I've kind of went through when it came down to figuring out my way. So I'm super excited to be in this chat, to be dropping these videos. I'm going to try to, figure out a better way to make it a little more exciting, a little more community-based. But yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for showing up for me. Thanks for showing up for yourselves, right? And like I say, y'all going to be saying this in your sleep. ATM, all that matters is making money, changing lives. Whether it's your life, whether it's your family's life, whether it's a stranger's life, right? Making money and changing lives and keeping God